Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. Enjoying your Tuesday. Okay, it's Monday part 2. Some people like to call it Monday part 2, but I hope you guys are all enjoying your day. I got a quick one for you guys today because this, there's not a whole lot of craziness going on in the news streets today, but I wanted to hop on and still get a story to you guys nonetheless, and chop it up with you guys about some things about this particular story, because I was going to do this as a pop-up, and then I said, nah, forget it. Let me just do this live. We're going to do it live with everybody because I think that's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your Tuesday, like I said. For some of y'all, it still feels like a Monday. You're still shaking off that Monday. Still catching up from the things that you were trying to get done on Monday. And I'm telling you, it's okay. You got a few more days until the weekend to catch up on all the things you need to get taken care of. So for those of y'all who are anxious, feel a little uptight, feel a little stressed about today and trying to get everything done in one day. Hey, and I even need to say this to myself out loud. Okay. It's okay. Remember, you got the rest of the week, too, to knock out whatever you need to knock out. Get as much of what you need to get taken care of today as you can done today, but there's still tomorrow. Remember that, too. There is still tomorrow. Anyway, because I know all of us feel a little bit of, the panic. We're starting to venture into the holidays. We're starting to walk into some craziness now. And let's be real. It's a lot of things to take care of in a very, very short amount of time. But again, we still have days, if not weeks, if not months till those big moments. So breathe, take in the time. Tranquilo, por favor. Everything's going to be okay. You still got the rest of the week. At least you still got the rest of the week. Okay. And instant karma, you got it. You got a point. No guarantee that there will be a tomorrow. But I will say this, though. Hey, get as much as you can done today. But just don't stress yourself out. Don't have a heart attack. Don't have an aneurysm. All right? Over things that you don't get accomplished in this one particular day. Again, if you're able and lucky enough to wake up tomorrow, you can still get that job done tomorrow too. Okay? Just saying. Not saying procrastinating. Just saying. All right? And real quick, I want to say this too, because Corinne 007 just said this too. Shout out and prayers go out to everybody that's in the wake or in the path of this hurricane that's happening. From the last thing I checked, that I read about it, it was still heading towards the state of Florida right now. I think it ran through Cuba, and it's still on its path towards Florida. So please, guys, if you guys are in Florida, shout out to all of you out there. Prayers go out to you guys. I'm hoping that you guys stay safe. But I know Florida's strong. Let's keep it real. Florida is hella strong. So I just wanted to say that really quick before we jump into everything or jump into this short story. So also, please, a little housekeeping. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 200 likes really quick. See a bunch of y'all starting to file in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to every single last one of y'all. All y'all that are watching on every corner of the world. Happy Tuesday. All right? Happy Tuesday. And please do not forget, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. All right? It'd be greatly appreciated. All right? And it, of course, would be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. All right? Anyway, and again, thoughts and prayers go out to all you Floridians. Is that the right way of saying it? Floridians? Or Floridians? Shout out to you guys. I'm thinking about you guys today. Okay. We are all thinking about you guys today. Real talk. So anyway, we got to get into this conversation. We got to get into this story, y'all. And of course, I got to say this though too. Shout out to Andy Signor. All right. Of Popcorn Planet. I don't know if he has left or if he's staying to brave the storm. I didn't get a chance to see his show, the show yesterday, but I did see that he was live yesterday. So I am wondering if he's going to be live today. But of course, yeah. Shout out to him and all you Planeteers that are out in the Florida area as well that are evacuating right now as we speak. I know a lot of some people are sitting and staying and just are going to brave the weather. And some people are trying to leave the state right now as we speak. So I wanted to say that really quick before we jump into this particular story, because, I care about y'all. I care about the safety of all y'all. You guys deserve to be safe and sound, in my personal opinion. But we have got to get into this story about Ryan Grantham. Hopefully I'm saying his name right, but he is the actor from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He's also he's a child actor, child star. He's been in other shows like Riverdale, okay? And now he has been sentenced as of recently. He has pled guilty, and he has been sentenced to life in prison because he took the life of his own mama, all right? And the details that we've heard about this is absolutely devastating and absolutely it's disturbing, y'all. It's extremely disturbing. It's very Norman Bates, if you will, in my personal opinion. Just how, I don't know. It's just maybe Norman Bates is speaking out of line. It's just wrong what happened to how he took his mother's life. And of course, we got some articles, we got some videos, etc. But this is a story that I wanted to talk to you guys about for a little bit now. But at the same time, this just be good to each other, okay? Not only just to yourselves, but be good to each other, especially the people that bring you into the world. All right. I don't know if this is like some sort of Oedipus complex, if you get what I'm saying. I don't know if there's anything like that going on. All I know is that he did this to his own mother. Apparently, he had plans to do things to some public figures, etc. It's just crazy, this story, and it's extremely sad. But be good to each other, especially to your mama. Come on, and your dad. All right. It takes two to make a thing go right, right? So, shout out to the fathers out there too, all right? Be good to your mamas and your papas, okay? And call them every once in a while. They've been asking, all right? They told me to tell you to call them, all right? But let's get into some of these stories here so we kind of get an idea of what is going on here, all right? So, who is Ryan Grantham? The Riverdale actor sentenced to life for taking the life of his mother. So he's best known for his role in the horror show Riverdale. I don't know. I mean, Riverdale. I don't know. Would I categorize Riverdale as a horror show? I don't know. I just keep thinking it's like it's an Abercrombie and Fitch ad with a with a storyline. That's just the way I call it. But no disrespect to anybody who likes watching Riverdale, okay? But it's a spinoff of the Archie comic strip, etc. Okay. So to me, this is, you got your Jughead and all that. And it surrounds these certain characters. And yes, there's mystery and all that, but I don't know if I would call it horror, but that's not the reason why we're talking about this in the first place. All right. But he's best known for his role in the show Riverdale. All right. And he will now be jailed for unaliving his mother. You know, we got to use these code words, y'all. So unaliving is what I'm going to be saying for a while. So the 24-year-old was given a life sentence on September 22nd after he pleaded guilty to second-degree unaliving in March 2022. The actor has been sentenced to with the possibility of parole. So he could spend he can spend some time in prison, and then he could be set free. He could literally be set free. So Ryan Grantham had pulled the trigger on his mother, Barbara Waite, in the head in March of 2020. So he took her life in their townhouse in Squamish, Canada, or Squamish in Canada. During the hearing, it also became public that Ryan planned to take the life of Canada's Prime Minister, very own Justin Trudeau. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Have you seen some of his Halloween costumes? I digress. But moving on. But he turned himself in to the police following a change in his mind. So, of course, his counsel during the trial stated that the actor suffered from anxiety, depression, and self-loathing. Ryan had expressed his desire to harm others and himself before taking the life of his mother, his counsel has said. Now, Johnson, the counsel, added that Ryan had already anticipated the judgment. Reportedly, Ryan took his mother's life because he, quote unquote, wanted to spare her from seeing the violence the actor intended to commit. As per Justice Kathleen Kerr, Ryan was getting psychiatric treatment in jail and appeared to improve. His sister, Lisa, said it hurt to know that he was a danger to their mother's life. And of course, he started his acting career at the age of 9. He starred in The Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Do y'all remember that movie? I remember that movie. And of course, he had a big part in the show on Netflix, the Netflix or the CW, if I'm correct. But he had a big part, apparently, on Netflix's Riverdale. But I could have sworn that was on the CW, in my personal opinion. Maybe they got bought and it's now only on. Now maybe it's only on Netflix, but that's news to me. Now, listen, this is just a very disturbing piece of information, in my personal opinion. You have a child star that or a child actor that seemed to have some success and find some successes and accomplish some goals at a very young age. And I get it that sometimes there's a shelf life to a lot of these child actors. At first, they're all, they're cute, they're cuddly, they're great actors as children, but as they grow up, they grow out of that out of that cuteness. They become adults. They don't play those parts anymore. And there's plenty of child actors that have found success as adults. I mean, look at Elijah Wood, for example. Look at Zendaya, another example. I'm kind of drawing a blank on other child actors, but you know what I'm saying. Some people are not so lucky, like Macaulay Culkin, for example. Cute, Home Alone, that kind of thing. That kind of thing is great. It's cute. It's funny. Corey Feldman is another one. Exactly, Lisa Lapp. You know what I mean? Corey Feldman is another great one. Cute, great as a kid, but then they get older and it's like, their shelf life, kind of I guess the expiration date of their shelf life catches up, and then suddenly they're not bankable or they're not castable anymore. Todd Bridges, instant karma, exactly. Todd Bridges is another one as well. Okay, there's a lot of actors, child actors that found success as a youngin that don't really do anything anymore now. Now I understand that being on top of the world, having the accolades, the flashing lights, the interest, the whole what's the I guess in Ryan's situation, Ryan baby, we got a new picture. We want to put the kid in the pictures. Those phone calls don't happen as often as you get older. And so there can be frustration with that. That could lead to some mental health issues. That could lead to depression, self-loathing, or it could automatically just be ingrained in this kid, for example. He could just already have bouts of depression regardless. And this ate away at him so bad that he was planning on doing things like going after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. But first, he said in his mind, he needed to take the life of his own mother first because he couldn't bear thinking his mother going through the aftermath of what he was planning on doing. And apparently he had plans on doing things much worse than just taking Justin Trudeau's life, apparently. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's life. And that's crazy. That's insane. And it's wild to think. But we got to take a look at some of these news clips here real quick.
A former BC actor who shot and killed his own mother has been sentenced to life in prison. And as CTV's Angela Jung shows us, after he murdered his mom, he also planned on killing the Prime Minister and wasn't going to stop there.
A BC Supreme Court judge called this case disturbing, heartbreaking, and extremely tragic. She says she wanted to strike a balance by recognizing the gravity of this crime without extinguishing any hope of rehabilitation. Ryan Grantham was given a life sentence with no chance of parole for 14 years.
He told the police he did it to protect me, but it wasn't him.
Grantham had been acting since he was 6. This was his last gig, appearing on Riverdale, a series inspired by the Archie comics. The court heard how he had been skipping classes, and to spare his mother from his perceived failings, he contemplated killing her for months. The dark thoughts were fueled by his mental health difficulties and excessive cannabis use. On March 31st, 2020, 64-year-old Barbara Waits was playing piano in the Squamish townhome, where he used a .22 caliber rifle and fired one fatal shot to the back of her head. He later recorded videos narrating what he had done. The next day, Grantham packed his shotgun, a rifle, and Molotov cocktails with plans to kill himself and others, including Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. He abandoned that plan and debated between committing mass murders at SFU or on the Lionsgate Bridge. Instead, he turned himself in to Vancouver police.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. There's a lot to break down in that. What? So he decided to, and what's interesting, I was just going to say that, Nomad. I was just going to say that. Cannabis does not just go and make you go muerte, okay? It does not make you go muerte mode, okay? That's ridiculous. Oh, because he was smoking the devil's lettuce. Like, this makes me think of, like, Reefer Madness, all right? And if you ever seen that propaganda film, that's hilarious, for one. The old one. I'm talking about the one in like the 1940s or something like that. Just old school, not the remake, okay? But absolutely hilarious. The type of stuff they'll sit there because he's smoking the devil's lettuce, he had to do something sinister. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, y'all. I'm sorry. It doesn't. You go and smoke a doobie does not mean you're going to go off and start busting all up in the club. I'm sorry. You just won't. All right? Makes you really hungry. Okay? Makes you really like enjoy music, listen to music differently, or watch a really crappy movie, but you'll be really enthralled and engulfed in the story. But it doesn't make you go off and do something sinister. It just doesn't. Okay? It just doesn't. Just FYI. Okay? Just letting you know. Jesus. Anyway, I'm going to roll that back a little bit because this young man had plans to do so many more things, and after taking the life of his mother, he recorded like audio things, like an audio confession type thing. So we got to play this back a little bit. We got to play this back just a little bit because this is weird. All right. James ML, real quick. No, I do think that yes, things like that can mess up your mind for sure. But to get you to go and commit something like taking your mother's life, I don't know. It just, like I said, it's just a little bit of a stretch in my personal opinion. Okay, it just seems strange to smoke something and then go and do something like this. I mean, in my personal opinion, I can see other types of drugs that can do that, things that are a little bit more psychedelic, possibly. But weed? I don't know. But I understand, you guys can disagree with me, and I understand that. But I don't know. I don't lean on blaming. I'm not with the like B12. I'm not on the blaming on the weed, in my personal opinion. I think he had already had thoughts in his mind. Yes, he was probably self-medicating, but I think the thoughts that he had in his mind already existed. I don't think that the THC that he was smoking caused him to make the decision to pick up that rifle and pull the trigger on his own mama. I just think that's a far-fetched, very far stretch, in my personal opinion. But we can agree to disagree on that. You know what I mean? And that's totally understandable. That's what this show is all about. Byron, thank you so much for the $2. I appreciate it. You should do voiceover work, Pascal. Love it. Yeah, I've heard that before. Maybe one day for sure. Maybe one day. I wouldn't even know what to do to get into that game. But let's get back into this. All right. I just wanted to repeat that piece because he had plans on doing a bunch of stuff. Okay. This is crazy. We're going to go piece by piece here. All right.
Fatal shot to the back of her head. He later recorded videos narrating what he had done.
So he recorded video. So he did some basically glorified, like he did YouTube videos explaining what he did after doing said thing. So clearly, I'm sorry, that to me, that tells me that there's something is up. That's something that he had a psychiatric break, right? He had a mental break, something. You do said thing, and then you walk over to a camera and start telling everybody telling the camera what you did. A confessional? It just seems strange to me. Let's continue.
The next day, Grantham packed his shotgun, a rifle, and Molotov cocktails with plans to kill himself and others, including Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Okay, that's another piece right there. So he had plans. He went, got the rifle, got some Molotov cocktails, and he had plans on doing something massive that would not only take his life and other people's lives, but also plans to take the life of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. I'm telling you, to me, I don't look at this and go, must be the cannabis. To me, it's not. It's not. Okay? Clearly, something's not right. Clearly, he was having a mental break. This is a psychiatric issue. This is not marijuana. I think marijuana was something that he was using to cope with his depression, self-loathing, and all of these thoughts, these sinister and evil thoughts that he may have had in his mind. But we're gonna get off of the weed topic, okay? But that's just what I think, because I think he's been thinking about this for a long time, and it's just disturbing to think that he had plans on doing. There's more. He has plans on doing more than that, or I guess he changed his mind. I'm confused. Let's listen.
He abandoned that plan and debated between committing mass murders at SFU or on the Lionsgate Bridge.
Okay, so he wanted to go to Lionsgate Bridge or go to a university and just do the unthinkable. So he had plans. He'd been thinking about this for a while. And he goes, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this instead.
Instead, he turned himself in to Vancouver police.
He's extremely remorseful for his actions, and he's doing everything he possibly can to make amends for them.
Okay, no offense, but I'm going to say this. I know I'm going bit by bit here, but I'm going to say this. What he going to do to make amends for what he has done? He took his own mother's life. I mean, life in prison, sure. But in my mind, and in my personal opinion, life in prison without the possibility of parole, just life in prison, straight point blank, is what he should have gotten. And that's just what I think. This man is not only a danger, not only was he a danger to his mother, who, may she rest in peace, but he's also a menace to society. He is also a danger to the rest of the world. You're telling me that he goes in there for 14, 15 years serving, and they say on good behavior, they let him out? You're telling me that he's going to go out there and go, I'm changed, I'm reformed. I'll never do said things like that. In fact, him being in that prison and all he has time to do is sit there and fester and think up more ideas, unless he's getting the proper psychiatric care that he should be getting. If he's not getting that, all he's doing is sitting there and thinking about all the things he could do once he gets out, if he gets out. So in my personal opinion, hell to the no. Keep him in that prison and throw away the damn key. That's what I think. You had plans on taking a public figure, then you changed your mind and said, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to the university and do that. No, wait. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take out a bridge with me on it. I'm sorry. He's a danger. Okay? He is a danger. Not only was he a danger to his mother, but he is a danger to everyone. People like this should still be locked up. Even I know he's locked up now, but I'm just saying, should not even entertain the idea of having the possibility of parole. I ain't with it, y'all.
He's done everything he could do in prison. He's taken every possible course. He's attended counseling as much as he possibly could. I think there's good hope to believe that he could be rehabilitated.
In her decision, Justice Kerr said, I won't sugarcoat it. This is going to be hard. As you go forward, continue on your path of treatment. Remain true to the commitment you told me about bettering yourself. In the judge's recommendation, she did not want to see Grantham go to a maximum security prison, noting his small stature. His lawyer says that will be up to BC Corrections.
I'm sorry. I'm rolling this back a little bit. I don't mean it. I don't know why it's so choppy. So I apologize for it being so choppy. But I just want to get to the defense lawyers that are speaking, because this last half I think is important to hear. Okay.
For his actions, and he's doing everything he possibly can to make amends for them.
He's done everything he could do in prison. He's taken every possible course. He's attended counseling as much as he possibly could. I think there's good hope to believe that he could be rehabilitated.
I'm sorry, but no. Listen, okay, okay. I'm putting a poll up. Really, really quick because this is some bull. Okay, I'm putting a poll up. I am not with this. I'm just not. All right. I think Ryan. I'm just keeping it simple. Putting this in there for those of y'all who are watching right now. I appreciate y'all for checking out the show and everything. Like I said, it's going to be a short show, but I wanted to talk with you guys about this because I'm just not feeling this. Now, I put up a poll. It's pinned to the top of the chat right now as we speak, and the question is, do you think Ryan Grantham should be released after time served? Because he has a possibility of parole. And if he's on good behavior and he's in there, because from what I'm understanding, if he's in there for like 15 years, something around the number of 14 to 15 years. Okay? 14 to 15 years, he can basically go back up, see if he can get parole. And if he does get parole, that means he gets set for Z. For the Z. For good. Out here in these public streets. For him to go and wreak havoc or dream up ideas to wreak havoc again. Now, one thing I will say, because I'm going to play a little piece of this again here in a second. One thing I will say that I feel like the courts, the law may look at him in a different way because, from my understanding, he thought of doing all these different things. He had things prepared, and then he decided not to do said things. He said no, he didn't. He ended up turning himself in, letting them know the bad, terrible deed that he did to his mother. So yes, in the courts, I can see that as being looked at as a thumbs up. But at the same time, it is still somebody taking the life of someone else, especially someone like the person that brought you into this world. You're taking out the person that brought you into this world. So let me play this other piece really quick because I'm sorry. There's more to this. There's a lot to react here in these last few seconds of this news clip. But listen to this particular lawyer. I'm sorry. I get it. It's his job to be like, because he's the defense lawyer. But I'm just not with it. He did everything he could. He's done everything he could. You know what he could have done? He could have gone and sought help before he pulled the trigger. There's a lot of things he could have done. He could have spoken up, said something to somebody, communicated, spoken to his own mother, said, I'm not feeling right, etc. He could have just not even this. He could have not picked up the rifle and pulled the trigger. Or make a whole bunch of Molotov cocktails and have plans to do X, Y, and Z. His ideas and his thoughts ran wild, y'all. And there was no one there to stop him in his thought process. No one. So you're saying that he's done everything? The only reason why he has done everything he could right now is because he's locked up. He's locked up. So what do you expect? Of course, he's by himself twiddling his thumbs. I'm sure he's learning how to crochet right now. That's how much time he got on his hands. All right? He can learn the language of the Sanskrit language for the time he's been spending behind bars so far before this trial and all that. Plenty of time to go and seek psychiatric help when you are locked up and forced to do so. It's complete BS, y'all. I'm sorry. He did everything he could. I don't think so. All right? Everything he could right now is not bringing his mother back. I will say that too.
He's taken every possible course. He's attended counseling as much as he possibly could. I think there's good hope to believe that he could be rehabilitated.
There's more.
Her decision, Justice Kerr said, "I won't sugarcoat it. This is going to be hard. As you go forward, continue on your path of treatment. Remain true to the commitment you told me about bettering yourself." In the judge's recommendation, she did not want to see Grantham go to a maximum security prison, noting his small stature. His lawyer says that will be up to BC Corrections to decide. Angela Jung.
Yeah, which we are going to look at here in just a second. But even the judge is going, this is going to be hard. It shouldn't. Listen, you. And then she's like, oh, well, if you keep with your therapy sessions and all that, maybe you'll be able to smell and breathe in that freedom air in just a few, in a couple years or a decade or two. But keep working on yourself. And I'm not sitting here saying that this guy can't find balance in his life, can't get his get everything right. I'm not sitting here saying that that's not possible. But one slip up, one day of him sitting there having a bad day, because we all have bad ones, okay? We all do. You're telling me that I don't know. For me, I'm not with it. I am not with this. You got a person who took a rifle, went to his mother while she was playing the piano. Like that, I feel like I said, it just feels like a scene from a horror movie. You know, she's playing some beautiful piano piece, and all of a sudden, he pulls the trigger, taking her life, unbeknownst to her, while she's playing piano. And we're supposed to just be okay with this particular person being thrust back out into the public in 14, 15 years if he has good marks and has a good track record while behind bars. I'm not with it, y'all. I'm not with it. I'm looking at you guys thing. He should be 14% of y'all. I'm sorry. It just shocks me. Now, there's only 155 of you guys that have voted on this poll. But like I said, go up to the poll. It's tagged to the top of the chat. Go to that. Now I see it's 13% of y'all say yes. And I'm looking at the lesser number because the reason why I'm asking, now it's 14. The reason why I'm asking this question is because I really wanted to see who would say yes. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. And I do believe that certain people that are incarcerated can be rehabilitated. I do believe that. But I feel like there's it depends on the severity of your crimes. If you have a history of violence, which this man clearly does that automatically mean that guy should get the same amount of possibilities of seeing freedom or seeing parole as the next guy who, say, just stole a car, a nonviolent offense? To me, certain things, certain rules, all right, certain things need to be applied. You got a man, don't care if he's been a celebrity before. I do not care. You have a man who is just as human as everybody else, goes and takes a weapon and uses it on his own mother. Then he has plans. He had plans on doing something massive that was going to take multiple people out, including himself. And he could possibly have the chance to see freedom in 14, 15 years. Think about all these guys out here that have accomplished huge events at schools, if you get what I'm saying. These kids that go in there and they take their family's weapon and they pull the trigger on all these innocent lives. I know now this guy had plans on doing it. He didn't accomplish that, but he still took a person's life. Knowingly took this person's life. Premeditatedly took this person's life. This wasn't an accident. This was straight up unaliving somebody and knowing you are doing as such. Doesn't matter if he was on the cannabis or not, on the devil's lettuce or no. I feel like there's a certain line, right? There's a certain level that I feel is not. Once you get past that line, there's no return, in my personal opinion. I'm just not for it. And that definitely lands right on top of taking somebody's life. All right, a breaking and entering, stealing some things, etc. That's one thing. Non-violent offenses, that's one thing. But when you actually put harm on somebody, or if you are somebody who is out here R-ing men and women out here, young men and women out here as well, and kids, and the possibility of getting parole. No, you stay in there. You stay in there. But these guys are also getting out here like that. I'm just not with it. I'm just not with it. Now, one thing that they said here is this, because I thought this was very interesting as well. His attorneys and himself have said this. Riverdale actor Ryan Grantham says he's afraid he'll be brutalized in prison because of his small stature. All right? You got to realize this is a grown-ass man and who made a decision to do something unthinkable to his mother. And now he's worried about getting tossed around. Now he's worried about getting tossed around in prison. Taken advantage of in prison. And last I checked, that's the whole reason why people are scared of going to prison, ain't it? Not only just because of doing said crimes, etc., but you do a crime, that's the whole purpose of prison, right? It's to scare you. It's to fear you from breaking the laws, right? And some people are just adventurous, I guess, and want to know what it looks like to live or what it feels like to live inside a prison. And so they break laws, right? I mean, obviously there's other reasons too, but I'm just saying. And now this person who has done what he has done decides, hey, I'm really concerned. Now I'm concerned about going to prison because if I go to prison and I'm small, I'm worried. What? Don't pick up the weapon. Don't go pew pew. Don't commit acts of violence towards people, period. And you won't be seeing yourself, or don't break any laws, let's say that too, and you won't be inside a prison. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. I saw a comment here in the corner of my eye. I just wanted to make sure I got that here really, really quick. Hold on. Where did it go? Charisma just said, well, hit the weights, little guy. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's see. Pink Society. Okay. Pascal, I think the pool question needs to be clear. King Bob has a point. King Bob. Let me look at King Bob's comment here. Where is it? King Bob, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The poll says he should be released after time served. Oh, so he should be because he did his time. Should he? Okay. All right. Let me. Well, okay. I'm going to end this poll and I'm going to try to do another one, I guess, or start another one. Now, somebody tell me what I should say in this poll so that everyone understands. Type it in the chat, and then I will just copy and paste it and put it in this particular poll. But I will say this, though. Yeah, Charlie Miller. Don't drop the soap. That's what I would say. I'd be like, good luck, man. You know what I mean? Hold on to your butts. Never mind. But on that poll, we had 84% of you guys say no, because I said, do you think Ryan should be released after time served? I meant parole. I meant parole. There we go. That's a good one. That's a good one, love. Charisma's got a good one. I'm going to make it very, very simple, this poll. Okay? You guys are right. King Bob and everybody, thank you so much for the clarification. I appreciate that. So the chat or the poll is pinned to the top of the chat again. All right. And it says, should he be eligible for parole? Let's try that. Okay. So I put it up there. I'm sorry I'm making you guys vote again. I know you got to lift that finger and go up there and hit another button. Oh, God. But still, please do me that favor. It burns like less than a calorie. Okay. So go over there and hit that because I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Should he deserve parole? That's what I meant. Okay. I think that's a better way of saying it. Okay. And I appreciate you guys being so lovely and kind about this. But I think this is absolute trash that he is concerned about his booty, his own well-being inside a prison. And this, I'll say it again. This is the bed you made. You might as well lie in it. You take somebody's life. You do any type of heinous crimes that you are found guilty of. You got to do the time. What's the thing that people say all the time? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, or something like that. Yeah. So homeboy getting exactly what he deserves. I have no remorse. I don't feel anything for this guy. I don't. You don't do things like this. You just don't. Okay, so of course, he's been convicted for taking his mother's life, and he could end up in bars with the worst of the worst, and that's exactly what he deserves. I'm sorry. You do something like that. Hey, Mazel Tov, baby. Welcome to hell on earth. And it's called maximum security prisons. Okay? They don't mess around. And I don't care about your stature. You better start doing squats, start doing some push-ups, get on that bench press, do some pull-ups, and learn some jujitsu, some Krav Maga, something. All right? Or become some very vicious and dangerous person's bee. You know what I'm talking about. You know, you're holding the inside of his pocket as he's walking around like his property. I'm just saying. And I've also heard, like, as soon as you get into prison, muck somebody up, muck one of the dangerous people in the prison. Just muck them up real quick and show that you're just a savage not to be messed with. I've heard that story too. I've heard that theory as well. I don't know if it works because God knows you picked the wrong one that day. And the next thing you know, you got a hit on your head for the rest of the time that you're in prison. Let's keep it reals. Okay? But keep your head low. That's what I would say. And Godspeed. Okay. So he's going to be behind bars with the worst of the worst. Something he and his attorney find gravely concerning. I don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care. You take somebody's life, that's what you get. This is the thing that really pisses me off, because we hear things like the GM, of J.E. Epstein. Okay. She's like in a place where she's doing yoga and learning how to make and learning quilting. You know what I'm saying? She's learning a second language or a fifth language or whatever. She's living at a Club Med behind bars. Okay? She's enjoying her time for the most part, whilst still being locked up. I'm sorry. When people do terrible, terrible things to other people, they should be paying the price behind bars. If they are found guilty of something, they should be paying the price in a maximum, in a dangerous place. That's what I think. That's what their punishment should be. Not this whole like, she's learning how to play badminton and tennis and learning how to play lacrosse. I don't know. I don't know what these med spa looking prisons look like, but still. They shouldn't be getting fed with a silver spoon. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not with it, y'all. Just not with it. So he's been sentenced to life in prison in Canada. Is at risk of being brutalized or worse if he's forced to serve his time in a maximum security facility. This is what his lawyer has said, Chris Johnson. So Johnson tells TMZ that Grantham is small in stature and slight in build, standing at a mere 5'2", and weighing about 100 pounds. Wow, he is tiny. He 100 pounds wet? Bruh. While the guy is 24 years old, like look at him here. He's 5'2". Dude be 5'2". That's 100 pounds. He's skin and bones, y'all. Oh, he's screwed. I'm sorry, he's screwed. Oh, he's screwed. Like I said, find the most vicious dude in the prison and become his B. Straight up. Okay? I don't know what else to tell him. I'm saying push-ups, pull-ups, Krav Maga, jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? Because damn, 5'2" and 100 pounds? But still. Like, how do you... Never mind. I'm not going to go there. So while he's 24, we're told he passes for a teenager. Yeah, he looks young as hell. Of course, he looks like the frail characters that he plays in movies and on TV. Johnson, his lawyer, is concerned his client could be physically, psychologically, and intimidated. All right? If he's locked up in a max security prison. Basically, he feels Grantham doesn't belong there. Does he not belong there, y'all? Yes, he most certainly do. He feels that he shouldn't be there. Why does he get the upper crust of everything when he's done something? When he's done something so grisly, so disturbing? How does he get the longer end of the stick in choosing out the best place where he's going to be incarcerated at? I'm sorry, that is not working for me, y'all. Not because of his physicality, but because in his mind, the setting for the punishment doesn't fit the specific crime under these particular circumstances. Excuse me, huh? Cue me, explaining to you. You have some explaining to do. Why does that, explain that to me? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Because in his mind, the setting for punishment doesn't fit the specific crime under these particular circumstances. You took somebody's life. You took your mama's life. There is nothing different. Why are they trying to move the goalpost on this one? Oh, no. See, what had happened was, what had happened was this woman is no longer here. The woman that brought him into this world is gone. And now they're saying, well, under these particular circumstances, the crime doesn't fit the punishment doesn't fit the crime. It most certainly do. It most certainly do. The only reason why this is even happening is because this kid was a child star. He's a known face and he's a known name, but nah, I ain't with it. I would say this even to the most regular of regular people. If it was Joe Blow around the corner that did this thing, I would sit here and say, lock him up and throw away the key. Period. Yes, but Debbie said, but he's small. Come on. His stature doesn't. Nail, divas. Yeah, a little bit of that. A little bit. I feel like it's celebrity privilege. Let's change the what to celebrity. I think it's celebrity privilege. Oh, he's a name. The punishment doesn't fit the crime. He's 5'2" and 100 pounds. The punishment doesn't fit the crime. I'm sorry, it doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. Got a super chat here. Donna Stewart, thank you so much for the 5 Canadian. Problem with legal system, release and reoffend like Eliza, don't let him out. Like with Eliza. I need somebody to jog my memory about that. Eliza. Why am I having a brain fart? Yes. Well, I'm hoping that with the legal system, because clearly the legal system is saying that they're taking him that there's a possibility of him going to a maximum security facility, okay? A maximum security prison. And let me just say this, though, too. Do you know how many 5'2", 100-pound wet dudes are in maximum security prisons right now that are probably in there for lesser crimes, but they're still in there? And they're still spending their time in there? The only difference between Ryan Grantham and that other 5'2" and 110-pound dude in there that's ducking D's, okay, and sleeping with one eye open every single night, serving their time in that prison. The only difference is that this man right here, because this is a man here, this ain't a teenager, this man here is known in TV and movies. And that person that's currently spending time, same stature, same weight, same height, okay, in prison right now. The only difference is that that person is not a name. That's just another criminal doing his time, serving his time in that same maximum security facility. To me, there's no difference, except different backgrounds, different upbringings. Somebody was on camera in a few movies and in some TV shows. Another one had a different life, different path in life. But they still both ended up in prison. Why? You may ask why. You may ask because they are both criminals and they both broke crimes that they are serving time for in there. So I'm sorry. I'm not with that. I'm not with that. You serve time. Serve the time. That's what you get. Period. You take somebody's life, you spend time in prison. Okay? There's no, oh, well, he was a celebrity and he's done this and this and this. No, that don't work for me. All right? They also tell Johnson, also tells let's see, let me get this bigger so you guys can see this. Johnson tells us, or TMZ, the article I'm reading right now, he tells them his age, size, and mental state during this saga should be considered by prison officials, suggesting even if the crime fits the bill for someone to be thrown in a maximum security prison, anyone with eyes can see he simply wouldn't fare well. That's what prison is all for. But we hear this story over and over and over again, y'all. We hear this story like crazy of all these guys who either have money, they have financial privilege, or they have celebrity privilege. Shoot, there is white privilege in there too. We got to sprinkle a little bit of that crack in there too. Okay? There's still that too, y'all. But we hear these stories of people that should be spending crazy amounts of time in prison, in dangerous prisons, because that's exactly what they deserve. And they're getting Club Med. They're getting Club Med type spots. And he's sitting here saying, oh, well, because of his stature, well, he about to be somebody's B real quick. So we're even told the judge who presided over the murder case actually recognized the potential concerns if Grantham ended up in a max security prison, and even recommended a medium security facility. So even the judge was like, oh, you're small and tiny. Let's forget that you killed your own mama. I'm just concerned about your stature. No, that's when you start mailing him protein shakes. Okay? Looks like he's a hard gainer. So get him a couple bulk shakes. He'll be all right. All right? Get him a little thicker. All right? Thing is, Johnson says the judge has no final say about where he's sent. So it's up to the correctional authorities. I say let him be there. Let him pay the crime for what he's done. Pay the time for the crime that he's done in a place that he'll never want to do that ever again. Because if he gets let out in 14, 15 years, and he still feels like he didn't learn his lesson, he's going to go out there and do it again. Sorry. He's done it once. He will do it again. He most definitely will do it again. I got another super chat I think I saw. William Gibbons, thank you so much for the $5 super chat or super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And then the other thing is somebody said, I'm looking for it. I saw it in the corner of my eye. Where is it? Rosewood said, where's his dad? That's a good question. I don't know. That is a very, very good question. Let's see. Let me look that up really quick. Man, I hate these. Let's see. Well, his father is an entrepreneur. His father's name is unknown. And that might not be something that was put out in the public. So that could be it too. They could have been, maybe the father was like, I don't want my name out here like that. That could be it too. So that's what we know so far. But that's some crazy stuff. Okay. Eliza Fletcher was unalived by a released fellow. Yes. I am so sorry that I had a huge brain fart. Liza Fletcher, the woman that went running. Yes. She was unalived. Yes. By a released fellow, by a released monster, actually, after serving 20 years. And then he reoffended, but worse. Yes. And then, of course, after they did the R kit on her, they apparently there was another R kit that came back, matched his DNA with another crime that he had done, I think a year or so before that, before him taking Eliza Fletcher from that run that she was doing at 4:00 in the morning. I mean, it's very devastating. So Donna, thank you so much for that refresher. So sorry. We do, I do so many stories, they just fly, sometimes. So I apologize for that brain fart, but thank you so much for the reminder. Yes, exactly. That was another man, okay, out here. He was locked up for doing same said act. Then he spent his time. He got out after 20 years. Then a few years later, he went out back at it again. And God knows what kind of psychiatric programs, if there was anything that they were doing to rehabilitate him. But still, no matter what, that monster that was inside of him came back out. So what could happen? What about this guy? What about Ryan Grantham? You're telling me that he's just going to do this and spend his time in jail for, say 2 decades? Let's just say his, good behavior. 2 decades later, he's up for parole. You just think that suddenly he's just going to go back out and everything's going to be Gucci? No. That those feelings, those voices, whatever it may be, that monster that's inside of him can pop up. It's only a matter of time. Now, I will say this, though, too. I'm not sitting here saying that people who commit crimes, criminals and people who are incarcerated cannot be rehabilitated. I do think that people can be rehabilitated, but there's also a severity of certain crimes. You have somebody who is going to prison and spending time, life in prison. They are sentenced to life in prison because of the severity of what they did, because of the severity of their crime. And when I see something like that, I just feel like there is no room for leeway. That's taking somebody's life. And then, of course, talking about, thank you to Donna for bringing up that particular case. You have Eliza Fletcher, young woman who is running down the street training for the Boston Marathon. And this monster came up, grabbed her, and threw her in the car. And then, of course, she was found somewhere else. Her remains were found somewhere else. But this is also a guy who did other crimes, taking people, so on and so forth, was found guilty of those things, thrown in prison, spent 2 decades or so in prison, came back out. Sure, maybe he didn't do anything for the first year or two. But then next thing you know, the monster came back. And what did he do? There are other crimes he committed outside of just Eliza Fletcher. And now he's facing those crimes. Now he's going to have to pay for those crimes. But maybe those situations may not have happened if he stayed in prison. Again, certain things, the leeway of things, the handling of certain cases is very frustrating. In this particular case, just because he is the Diary of a Wimpy Kid guy does not automatically mean that he should get all these extra amenities and get to pass go and collect the $100. I'm just not with it personally. Let's take a look at your I'm ending this poll. So we got 255 votes in the poll, and the question was, should he be eligible for parole? 85% of you guys said no. 14% of you guys said yes. Again, I feel that there are certain crimes or certain criminals that go to prison that should get the possibility of parole depending on the severity of their crimes. But if their crimes are as grisly, as unthinkable as this situation of a child star taking a weapon, pulling the trigger on their own mother, their own family member, to me, that says something. Committing matricide is some serious-ish. Serious. And it should be handled as such. But I do think that he's getting a lot of help right now solely because of his celebrity status. So when we talked about privilege before, in this particular situation, this all has to do with celebrity privilege. You know, GM, JE, the PA, you know, Andrew and all that, all those crimes that were committed by those people, that's financial privilege. They're able to pay their way around certain things and move papers this, that way, and that this way, and this, you know, this way and that way. And then you got a guy like Ryan Grantham, who happened to be in a couple movies and some TV shows. And now he's being able, or at least his lawyers are able, to exercise another kind of privilege, which is celebrity privilege. It is trash, in my personal opinion. Throw him in that maximum security prison and let him reap what he sowed. That's what I say on that. All right. I will be back in just 29 seconds. See you guys in a minute. I wanted to create something that we could wear to start a very important conversation about mental health and remind those that are lost in the dark that we're here to guide them towards the light. Suicide has taken so many of our loved ones, and it needs to stop. My hope is by wearing these t-shirts and hoodies, we can stop these tragedies and start some conversations. Remember, you are not alone. Yes, you are not alone, everybody. I just wanted to let you guys know, a quick little reminder of the t-shirts and hoodies that I have on pascalmerch.com. So please go and check those out. We got a few more days, about 3 more days left in the suicide awareness t-shirts and hoodies. They are all tie-dyed, and they are all handmade by me, as far as by me and my family, of course, for suicide awareness. They're really, really great, comfortable t-shirts and hoodies. So please go and check those out if you can. That would be amazing. We also have a new collab with Gabby Petito, with the Gabby Petito Foundation, because we are marching into Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we designed, in collaboration with Gabby Petito's family and the Gabby Petito Foundation, this particular t-shirt. We also have it in a hoodie as well. But as you can see, hashtag domestic violence awareness, and of course, Gabby Petito Foundation and the Pascal Show. Again, the proceeds are going, a portion of the proceeds are going to the Gabby Petito Foundation as well. So this is all for a good cause. So please go and check that out. We do have some other really, really great stuff as well on my site on pascalmerch.com. Like this particular shirt or this particular hoodie will be on pascalmerch.com later on today, but I just felt like leaking it and checking, having you guys check this out. So we do have this one. We do have another one for the ladies as well. It's a really dope tie-dyed pink hoodie, but it is favored just like this. So one for the fellas, one for the ladies, and the fellas can still rock the pink. You might see me rock the pink here soon because I love pink. I love rocking pink. So, but of course we have a bunch of different things on the website. Like I said, we have a bunch of fall merchandise, and new drip dropping here, over the next over the next couple days. So I'm very excited for you guys to see what we have and what I've been conjuring up from my mind. And so please go check those things out. This will be up live later on today. So be on the lookout for that. That would be amazing. Okay. And of course, we do have the Break the Silence t-shirts and hoodies that are right now available live right now on pascalmerch.com. So please go check those things out. Let me tag her. Debbie's link. Thank you so much, Debbie, for putting that up. I really do appreciate it. Okay. And yes, got a lot of stuff. Okay. Okay. Pink Society. I'll look into that. I'll see what's up. I'll see what's up with the Google search and all that. But you know, the website is still fairly new. We've only had it up for a month now. So it may be that, and we haven't really put a lot of stuff on it yet as far as all that. But like I said, we got a lot. I got a lot of stuff coming that's not only bringing awareness to certain things. Like I still have the Breast Cancer Awareness Month hoodies like I did last year. We will be bringing those back in, but a brand new design here very, very soon. So we're in the middle of designing those as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out on the website very soon. But I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of some things like this one here, the new t-shirt and hoodie collaboration with the Gabby Petito Foundation. And yeah, there's a lot more to come, but we got a bunch of hoodies. If these aren't your stilo, if these ain't your vibe, but you like the things that you see on the website, please go check it out. Just go through it and check it out. I'm sure there's something in there for everyone to enjoy and put all over your body. Okay. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. All right. I really do appreciate all y'all for being here, being a part of the conversation. Like I said, go check those things out if you can. Lori said, hey, can you put a size chart on your merch website? Yes, I can. I mean, they all have the size. They all have sizes on it. We go from extra small, and on some of the things we go to 5XL. Some things we can't go as high up as 5XL, but we do have extra small up to 5XL. And you can see it if you're looking at a particular shirt or hoodie or pants. You can go to those spots, click on the size, and it'll show you what we have in stock and what we do not have in stock. So you should be able to find that with ease. Okay. And yeah, like I said, we got extra small all the way up to 5XL. So check that out, because I know some of you guys like to wear your hoodies extra baggy, little oversized, etc. So we do have those options as well. Okay. So please go check that out. And that would really mean a lot to us. Okay. Again, we still have the suicide awareness hoodies and t-shirts. We also have the Break the Silence DV awareness t-shirt and hoodies. And then we got a bunch of other stuff just for you guys to go and check out and wear if you want. Okay. All right, guys. But anyway, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Keep, for y'all for just still stay steady rocking with me. I do appreciate that. For those of y'all who are in Florida that are evacuating right now as we speak, please be safe out there. Please, please, please be safe, because we want to see you back here, right here on the Pascal Show, chopping it up with me and getting mad and watching me passionately gesticulate towards a camera. Yeah. I said gesticulate. Anyway, guys, I said pantomime last night. Just so you know, I'm using the vocabularies. Okay. So I appreciate all you guys. You guys are amazing. One thing, please hit that like button down below. Send it past, I don't even know. Send it past 400 likes really quick. That really mean a lot. Okay. A like don't cost a thing. And please, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, guys. All right. Crush it. Make it scream out your damn name. Okay. That would really, really mean the world to me. I think I got a super chat in here. Let's see. Pink Society, thank you so much for the 5. Great show, Pascal. Please cover Sean Doherty case. His mom needs answers. See you next time. I don't even know who the Sean Doherty is. Daughtry? Is it Doherty? I'm not trying to be mean. Is it Doherty? Am I saying that right? I think it's Doherty. Right? Somebody say I'm saying it right. Am I saying that right? Anyway, I'll look it up. Okay? Not Daughtry, but Doherty. Wait, it's Daughtery. Sean Daughtery. Okay. But I will take it. I'll take a look. I promise. I'll take a look. That's news to me. That is news to me. But I will take a look at Sean Daughtery. Okay? But I appreciate. Oh, it's Doherty. It is Doherty. Oh, okay. So Sean Doherty. I'll take a look at it. I promise. I will. Okay? But I appreciate all y'all for being here. You guys have been amazing. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button before you leave. And of course, hit that notification bell just so when you know I go live, do an upload. If there's any breaking news, etc., hit that notification bell. And I know some of you guys, it's been weird, so unring it and then ring it again, okay? Just to make sure that you get the updates and notifications whenever I go live. Okay, guys? But anyway, I got to get going. I appreciate all y'all. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.